Hello and welcome to the Forgeborn Finishing School. I'm Casey Kidd and I'll be analyzing Forgeborn battles to help take your game to the next level. Every once in a while, you run across a creature in your deck that has amazing internal synergy, often feeling like it answers its own requirements. Today's lesson is going to be covering some of these powerful forged creatures. These cards won't define a powerful deck all by themselves, but they are an awesome addition to any deck. Doom is a new Battle for White Fang Pass Forge word that fits perfectly onto the Alpha Set Poltergeist base creature. At level 1, if you sacrifice a creature, you get to deal up to 8 damage to a creature and or player while gaining 3 health. You can split the damage between 2 targets at 5 and 3 damage respectively as well. The value on this card flies through the roof at each successive level. The Reveler is a really fun card we have discussed before on this channel. Sometimes it can be tough to allow your opponent to play a spell as part of the deployment cost. Adding the Magnivorous keyword to this creature ensures you gain some immediate benefit off of your opponent's spell by buffing the attack power of the Reveler. The Invokist has long been the Exacto Knife of the Tempest faction. Being able to deal a small amount of damage to a creature or player after playing a spell has often been just the extra amount needed to kill a big creature or just add some insult by slapping the opponent's health points. The Volcanic keyword ensures your small-bodied Invokist comes into the field primed to activate with a large stat line to boot. 6-3 at level 1, 8-9 at level 2, and a solid 13-13 at level 3. The Mystical Druid is our first common Forge word, common base creature fusing. This creature is a 3-for-1 creature casting on the 1st and 3rd level. But perhaps its most potent effect is solving the Druid's often costly 2nd level ability. Instead of replacing one of your existing creatures with an Oak Father, the Mystical Druid brings the Fodder Wisp into play and immediately replaces it with an Oak Father. The Fleet Glider provides an interesting mechanic to ensure you can always gain the added benefit of playing it in an unopposed lane, and then simply using mobility to move it into the lane where its formidable power is needed. 5-7 at level 1, with no stat line drawback in its subsequent levels, is something very rare indeed for this common fusing. By the end of this video, we will have just scratched the surface of some awesome forged creatures. In the comments section, please share which one was your favorite or if there's one that we didn't mention and why you love it. Additionally, I want to make a quick mention of the school's Patreon account. If you enjoy this content, please consider becoming a patron. The Shambling Apparition comes on the field and presents you with a great opportunity. Its versatility makes it great. Often finding a way for a shambling creature to survive is key to winning the game. You can sacrifice a creature to increase its stat line immediately to ensure that added survivability. This will also immediately trigger its shambling ability to gain some life and deal some damage. The Sentinel is a Tempest creature that has the ability to get really huge stat lines based on the amount of spells you have in your banish pile. Tempest is the faction most known for slinging spells, so this isn't a hard feat to pull off. The Windy Forge word doubles down on this mechanic by allowing you to deal damage to a creature for each spell you have in the banish pile as well. The Furious Shardback is often referred to as the Walking Firestorm. This card has the ability to damage itself to gain attack power. The self-damage triggers its innate ability to deal damage to all of your opponent's creatures. The Blizzard Shamans found a new best friend. The Ravager, as a base creature, comes into the battlefield with a diminutive stat line, but has the ability to get much larger if you have gained health this turn. Adding the Soothing Forge word to the Ravager ensures that criteria is met every time. This creature really takes off at level 2 with a stat line of 10-14, rivaling a lot of level 3 creatures. Very similar to the Soothing Ravager is the Mechanizing Warden. By making all of your creatures robots, you simply have to have any creature on the battlefield when playing the Warden to trigger its stat buff bonus. Its level 1 stat line of 9-7 may be the biggest creature you will see at that stage of the game, even trumping the 7-7 Arborus. The Vampiric Reaper comes onto the battlefield with a persistent effect of increasing any of your creature's attack power when they damage an opponent. Fortunately, the Vampiric's first order of business is taking some vitals from your opponent in the form of damage. Normally the Reaper pays a hefty price in its attack power because of the power of its base ability, but this offsets that immediately on entry. The Devouring Summoner doubles down on playing spells by weakening your opponent's creatures and allowing you to play a minion. At levels 2 and 3, this creature can really start to control the board state and give you a firm grip on your opponent's capabilities. Try pairing this into a Tempest faction partner that specializes in generating multiple or free spells. The Rallying Inventor comes onto the battlefield and drags a gizmo with it. If you have replaced a creature, that gizmo is immediately a 4/4 at level 1, while also providing that pivotal 2 attack, 2 health buff to all of your other creatures. Rallying can be a difficult Forge word to optimize if your opponent is deliberately playing against it, but when it works, it can quickly have your board state grow wide and large, one of the few strategies that provides both capabilities. Keep your eye on the lookout for these powerful forged creatures in some of your half decks and try throwing them down on the battlefields of Solis. As mentioned before, there are a lot of great ones out there that we haven't covered. Specifically, we did not discuss any of the very powerful potential Betrayer forged creatures because of their rarity.
Thanks for attending this lesson with Forgeborn Finishing School. If you liked this video, please subscribe, comment, and consider donating to our Patreon account. I'm Casey Kidd, and I look forward to our next lesson.